What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to go over the charts really quick. I'm going to show you why I think we are topped out or very close to topped out for Bitcoin, and we will continue to the downside, in my opinion. Definitely stick around for this whole video. We're also going to take a look at gold and silver at the end that also are showing signs of the reversal, so definitely stick around for the whole video. Make sure you scroll down, smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Also, maybe tomorrow I will go over another ticker of your choice. Leave down below what you'd like to see. Let's get into it, and there could be some major opportunities forming. So let's see. We were watching this descending channel, which we are still in. I've put the fibs on here from this high to this low, and our 0.618, which is our golden pocket, is around between 32.1 and 32.3, where I see a rejection if we even continue higher from here. As you can see down here in the RSI, we are making higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. Now, that high is about 32.390. So if we close today above that, that will invalidate the hidden bearish divergence. But we are in a downtrend. Hidden bearish divergence is what you should be looking for. Our hidden divergence is what you should be looking for more downside. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. Yesterday's closed here was a higher high, so it is looking very bearish for the Dow. Now let's take a look at a few more things. If we go into the 4 hour on the Dow, going on to the 4 hour, there's our 0.618. Right, and we're almost topped out here. It does show a little bit more room to go to the down or the upside if we come back and retest this channel in the RSI. So if that was to happen, as long as we don't get above this top trend line. Now, if we break this top trend line on this falling channel, that changes everything. Maybe Bitcoin bottomed. I don't think so, but it's always a possibility. We need to keep an eye on the Dow here. Let's look at the DXY. So the DXY, right now, we are getting a bounce from that 0.786 area. If we do go any lower, it will be to test this bottom trend line. We broke our white trend line here. Now this, what it looks like to me is we're just doing an ABC correction. Pretty simple, like this. Here's our A, our B, and then we're forming our C. We could go as low as this 109 area, possibly. If we do that, then we'll rally up a little bit more for Bitcoin. But otherwise, if we do continue our bounce from here, we're at the 55 EMA on the daily. If this does hold, we get back above this for the daily, most likely going to shoot up from here, taking Bitcoin down. If we close below there, I'm still looking for here. We may have a little more upside for Bitcoin, not much, and I'll show you why. Also, let's take a look at the bigger picture on the DXY. I'm still extremely bullish on it, and this is why. We've broken this trend line. If we come back down to test it, could be as low as 109, possibly, and that's the same as I just showed you in the other chart. But as you guys know, I'm looking for this 122. Once this 122 breaks in the coming months, maybe next year, I do believe that is when it really takes off. I still have this target of the falling wedge here, right here where we broke, and it's about 178 to 180. If you guys are interested in trading before we go any further, definitely check out Prime XBT. You can trade all markets on here: Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, Forex, gold, silver, oil, everything all from one exchange. The link's down below. If you sign up using my link plus the promo code SAVVY50, you'll get up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Definitely check it out. I also have a tutorial on my YouTube page. I'll leave it at the end of the video. Make sure you check that out. But anyways, this is the 4 hour chart, right? Every time Bitcoin has topped, you can see these green circles. And that's where we're at on the RSI right now. That's why I believe we are at the top of this rally or very close. So be careful, guys. I know everyone's extremely bullish. And usually that's a sign that this little bear rally is over. So be cautious, be careful, guys. Don't be jumping into no crazy trades. Don't be going all in with everything you have. And I'll show you why. There is confirmation in the bigger time frames to watch for to see if this is a true reversal. As you guys know, this is the daily chart. We did break our daily trend line here, closed above it. We talked about a possible rally after that. Could it get up to this 25-1 range, which is the 200 EMA? And what I did was I cloned this bottom trend line, put it up top from these touches right here. That would be around 25-1. That's the highest I see us going if this rally was to continue, but is it going to continue? We will see. This is the daily RSI. So we closed the daily down here yesterday on the trend line. We're above it now, but remember, the RSI follows the body, not the wicks. So until this daily closes, if we close below this trend line, more downsides coming in my opinion, guys. And you guys know my targets here. We'll look at them on the weekly to show you how I got those. But let's take a look at the 4 hours, see what that's telling us in this chart. So this is what we talked about yesterday. Whoops. This wedge right here. So if this is to play out, what's that get us to? That measured move is around 21.5. Do I think we're going to get there? Possibly. It is a possibility. But if you look at the 4 hour RSI here, right? We topped out on this trend line, topped out on this trend line, and we've yet again hit this trend line. That shows me that it's very possible we could go down from here. I'm not saying we can't go up a little more. I'm just saying we're pretty damn close to a reversal. And I think when it reverses, it'll be pretty quick and hard. People aren't going to have time to get out of their longs. People aren't going to have time to sell. It's, you know, every time it does that, look right here, boom, just a straight capitulation. So just be careful there, guys. Again, if we do continue a massive rally, if the DXY falls more and the Dow goes up a little more, this is what I'd be looking for. But again, in the bigger time frames, there are confirmation points to watch for. Like this right here. Right now, we're getting rejected on the 13 EMA on the 4 or on the weekly. If this breaks, and that's around 20,800 area. If this breaks and we get support, then our next EMA is 21 EMA around 22.8, somewhere in that range. And then above there, we have the 200 all the way up at 25, 55 all the way up at 30,000. Now, if you look at the RSI right here, we're testing this trend line, and I want to take a look at that in the next video. Or I'm sorry, in the next chart. We're going to go over a few more things here. And then in the next chart, we're going to look at where that's at compared to the Amazon Bitcoin chart that we've been watching since December 2nd. All right, so right here is my targets, and these are why I have them. The first one being the measured move of the break of this rising broadening wedge, where we broke down right here, 14.5. Still looking for that 14.5 area. I do believe that is a major area to watch. And then we have our next target, that being from the break of this trend line right here, all the way down to the bottom, looking at that as a bear flag, putting it down, that gets us to that 35 to 4,500 that we are expecting towards the end of next year, not this year, not the beginning of next year. The middle or end of next year is when I'm looking for this. Of course, unless we break these resistance levels up here, we would have to break above this 30,000 range for me to even believe that that's not happening, right? So the next target is looking at this as the bear flag. And these targets were the targets from this rising channel, right? Once that broke, I told you guys to watch for the 25.5, which bam, we nailed it. And then we made another bear flag using this as the flagpole again. Told you guys look for 17.5, boom, nailed it. And this one gets us down to about that 8,500 range. So 75 to 8,500, false bottom. I still believe that's what's going on. I believe that'll be sometime in February or March. And then we'll get a rally up to 14.15. Let's take a look at that chart. So right here is where we're at right now, right here on this white arrow. And then I have one down here on the RSI. I'll move that over so you can see it in a minute. But even looking at the MACD, still looks the same over here. So look at where it went. It went to the 21 EMA. If that was to happen, the 21 EMA lies around 22.8 to 23,000 if we do get up to that range. But as you can see here in the RSI on the .com bubble, we tested it. And what was the timing on that? That was October the end of October when that did its reversal right here. Where are we at now? We are at the end of October. So be very cautious, guys. Not saying it can't spike up a little more, but we are very near the top unless we come all the way up and break this 55 EMA, which I don't see happening. And that would show us coming down to that, you know, 75 to 8,500 sometime in March or February. March or February, not tomorrow, not tomorrow. It's going to take time, and I'll show you that in the next two charts. And then we'll go over gold and silver. But if we move this over, once we break this, if we do break this on the weekly, that changes everything for this chart. But until then, we still are looking for more downside and then a breakout in February or March for a false rally, which will be a great opportunity to maybe get a hold of some Bitcoin, ride it up into the middle of next year, and then only for a continuation to the downside. Let's take a look at the same chart, just kind of spread out. Still playing out, guys. Nothing's changed here at all. Nothing. Don't know how else to put it, but nothing's changed. Until then, still expecting this. No reason to change your views if nothing's broken, right? And as you guys know, this is the Amazon chart. We put it up to the same peaks, the same lows, still playing out beautifully. Nothing's changed here, guys. You got to keep an eye on the macro. Don't get sucked into the hype, into the craziness. I mean, if you look at this on the weekly, really, this is what everybody's getting excited for? Come on, guys. Anyways, let's look at gold and silver, and then you guys can leave your comments below. But before we do, if you forgot, smash those thumbs up. Let's get into gold. Gold, we've got rejected at our 1-to-1 extension here. This chart is a year old. I'm expecting 1561, possibly much lower for gold. Possibly much lower for gold. If this 1561 breaks, my next target is 1432. And if that breaks, we can look at it on the weekly. It gets pretty ugly. But again, unless we break this trend line here, coming back to retest this trend line by the end of next year, middle or end of next year, which would match up with Bitcoin, would be around 1390. Now, again, if that breaks, then we can look for these lower targets. Silver, same thing. Our target's 1550, somewhere in that range, but we do have much lower targets if this bear market is a lot more harsh, like I believe it could be. So far we're getting rejected again at our old support. 1550 is my target there, but again, if we go into the bigger time frames, it could get much uglier. We could get all the way down to this $7 range. So be careful, guys. Don't get too crazy on the charts. Wait for a macro reversal before you start getting all bullish and crazy. I've tried to warn you guys all the way down this whole time, but nobody wants to listen. Be careful. You're always going to have little rallies. The rallies just get smaller and smaller all the way down, guys. Be careful. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. We are breaking ground for the house tomorrow, by the way. Pretty damn exciting. This has been a long process, but it is finally getting underway. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.